Once all the numbers come out for everyone, I am fully anticipating that I will be one of the top fundraisers Q1 in the entire House between Democrats and Republicans. And that's because of y'all, the people. So I am looking forward to that.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. We got some news on Jasmine Crockett. She's being investigated for fraud. Oh, yeah, the feds are after her. We're going to talk about that today on Chat with Me, Linda B. But before we do, don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never, ever miss the video that I post. And I kindly ask that you watch the video all the way to the very end. Now let's get into it. So the ghetto Jasmine Crockett has been in the news a lot lately. So much so I just have to cherry pick which videos I want to do because my job is to give you what is trending. But I don't want to do every single thing. Oh my gosh. But now she's being investigated. Yeah, we're going to check this out. Watch. We're going to pause for a moment to find out how you can better secure your retirement savings with gold using Augusta precious metals. Gold has historically maintained value in times of inflation and market uncertainty. During certain economic shifts, some investors have considered gold as part of their retirement strategy. A gold IRA allows people to hold physical gold in their retirement accounts, which is something more retirees are exploring. With Augusta Precious Metals, it is an A-plus rated company with the Better Business Bureau. Learn about how thousands of Americans are securing their retirement savings with Augusta Precious Metals. Want to learn more? There's a free guide linked below that explains everything you need to know about gold IRAs. Check out the free resource in the description. It breaks this down step by step. Be on your way to a more secure retirement with Augusta Precious Metals.
Once all the numbers come out for everyone, I am fully anticipating that I will be one of the top fundraisers Q1 in the entire House between Democrats and Republicans. And that's because of y'all, the people. So I am looking forward to that.
So you see, she's going to be the top fundraiser. But let's just read something about that. All right, so this is coming by way of the dailysignal.com. This was just posted a few days ago. Here's Jasmine Crockett, of course, and she's a demon rat. She's out of the state of Texas, and I believe it's the Dallas area. It says the Federal Election Commission opened an investigation into Firebrand Representative Jasmine Crockett, Democrat from Texas, regarding donations to her 2024 campaign made through Act Blue, a Democrat fundraising powerhouse organization. The Coolidge-Reagan Foundation, a conservative advocacy group, made the FEC complaint on March 26, as first reported by the Daily Signal. On April 2nd, the FEC notified the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation it would review the matter and notify Crockett. The respondents will be notified of this complaint within 5 business days. Wanda D. Brown, the FEC Assistant General Counsel for Complaints, Examination, and Legal Administration, said in the letter, "You will be notified as soon as the Federal Election Commission, FEC, takes final action on your client's complaint. Should you receive any additional information in this matter, please forward it to the Office of the General Counsel." Brown wrote the letter to Dan Backer, a Washington lawyer representing the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation. The FEC opened an investigation. There is a process, but they are investigating, Backer told the Daily Signal. The complaints reference a specific suspect donor reported to have given 53 separate donations totaling $595 to Crockett's campaign through the Act Blue portal. The suspect donor was a 73-year-old Texas resident named Randy Best, according to the FEC complaint. Now, if you guys saw my video with Sheldon Daniels, it was the name that was given that he was talking to when he went up to the woman's door, and it was Randy Best was that name that was given. However, Best's wife, in a video promoted by one of Crockett's opponents for 2026, Sheldon Daniels, denied knowing anything about the donations. The complaint contends this possibly means Best and potentially other donors through Act Blue did not make the donations listed under their names. Okay. And here is a post from Sheldon Daniels for Congress. He's running up against, and he's a Republican, of course. He's running up against Jasmine Crockett. He said, and this is from Tony Times 2, Jasmine Crockett received $16,000 in political contributions from an elderly retired couple. Sheldon Daniels, who's running against Jasmine Crockett, went to their house to confirm the contributions, and they said they had no idea what these charges were. And he spoke to the wife because the husband was out of town. The bigger picture is that Crockett's campaign received about $870,000 in total contributions, in total donations through Act Blue. The Coolidge Reagan Foundation's FEC complaint says that includes the $595 recorded from Best, who lives in Plano, Texas. And that is insanity. And Plano is not in that district that she represents, by the way. Representative Crockett, through her principal campaign committee, responded, Jasmine for U.S. has received thousands of other donations through Act Blue, totaling over $870,000. The FEC complaint says it is unclear how many of these are similarly fraudulent transactions made in the name of unsuspecting innocent people who did not actually provide the funds. Act Blue fundraising has faced questions by congressional Republicans and GOP state attorneys generals. In a story cited in the FEC complaint, the Daily Signal previously reported several elderly Americans said they were not aware of Act Blue donations in their name. So these elderly people have got Act Blue donations in their name. They don't know anything about it. Okay? They don't know anything about it. It said the next step is for the respondent, Crockett, to have 15 days to respond to the allegations. The FEC historically grants extensions of 30 and 60 days, Backer said. Crockett is not alone among Democrats getting donations through the Act Blue portal. Republican state attorney generals, as well as the GOP-controlled House Oversight and Accountability Committee, opened an investigation into Act Blue's fundraising practices. They've got some shady practices here, very shady. For its part, Act Blue has consistently said it follows the law and the attacks are partisan. All right, it says the Daily Signal reached out to Crockett's congressional office, Crockett's campaign, and to Act Blue with email inquiries. None responded. And there's some more information about the Daily Signal. The agency cannot comment on a pending case until the matter is resolved. And it could be a reasonable defense for Representative Crockett and other Democrats to say we did not solicit these donations. They all came in from Act Blue. Backer said in an interview, but that would be willful blindness. And it states the problem is legally the campaign committee treasurer is responsible for due diligence. Backer continued, the Treasury could say we had absolute confidence in Act Blue, but Act Blue has been under investigation by state and federal authorities. That excuse might have worked a year ago, but it's not working anymore. Okay. And this came by Fred Lucas, is a chief news correspondent and manager of the investigative reporting project for the Daily Signal. All right, Warriors, what do you think about that? Act Blue. See, they do things kind of shady, in my opinion. When you look at how demon rats get their money and how these elderly people are saying we didn't know anything about it. They live in Texas, and in that part of Texas, I believe Plano is more Republican, but most of the time, white people in certain areas vote Republican. I'm just saying, Black people, we vote, sometimes we still on the demon rat plantation. Even when we love the Lord, we still some of us, not all, because a growing number of Black people are getting off that demon rat plantation. But still most Black people vote Democrat. That's just a fact. It's just a fact. But she's in trouble, under investigation. We're going to see how this goes. Yeah, I'm going to stay on top of it because these demon rats are always up to no darn good. And then they got to invent or manufacture things against President Trump when those things turned out to be false. If he was really doing the things that they claimed he was doing, why is he in the White House? Answer me that, somebody. Answer me that. Well, thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe, hit all notifications so that you never, ever miss a video that I post. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march our warriors.